The grand kingdom of Eldoria was alive with celebration. Lanterns glowed like fireflies in the night, laughter danced through the streets, and music swirled in the air. It was the Festival of Lights, the most joyous night of the year. At the heart of it all stood Princess Aria, her golden hair shimmering under the stars. She laughed as she twirled among her people, handing out sweets to children and listening to the elders' tales. She was more than just a princess, she was their hope, their protector. But as midnight approached, a cold wind swept through the castle grounds. The lanterns flickered, a shadow passed over the moon, and then she was gone. No scream, no struggle, just vanished. The kingdom erupted into chaos. King Aldrich's voice boomed across the courtyard as he ordered every guard, every knight, every soul in Eldoria to search for his daughter. They scoured the forests, the rivers, the darkest corners of the land. But as days turned to weeks, the people's hope dimmed like a dying candle. The unlikely hero. Far from the castle, in a small village at the edge of Eldoria, a young orphan boy named Kael sat by the hearth of the orphanage, listening to the whispers of travelers. "Princess Aria is lost forever," one muttered. "Taken by the Shadow Wraiths," said another. Kael's chest tightened. He had never met the princess, but he knew her stories. How she had saved a starving village, how she had stood up for the weak. She was brave, she was kind, and now she was gone. That night, an old traveler with a cloak of rags leaned close to Kael. "The princess lives," he rasped. "The Wraiths took her to the Forbidden Mountains." Kael's breath caught. The Forbidden Mountains, a place of nightmares. No one who entered ever returned, but if no one else would go, "I'll save her," Kael whispered. "The journey begins." With nothing but a rusty dagger, a loaf of stale bread, and a tattered map, Kael slipped into the night. The journey was merciless. Thorns tore at his clothes, wolves howled in the dark, and storms lashed at his back. More than once he thought of turning around. Then he'd remember the stories. Princess Aria facing down bandits, standing firm against storms. If she could be brave, so could he. One evening, as he sheltered near a cave, a whimper caught his ear. Inside, a wolf pup lay trapped beneath a fallen rock, its leg bleeding. Kael hesitated. Wolves were dangerous, but the pup's frightened eyes mirrored his own. With a deep breath, he heaved the rock aside and bandaged the pup's wound. To his shock, the wolf didn't attack. Instead, it nuzzled his hand. "Guess you're coming with me," Kael said, smiling. He named the pup Fang. And so, the boy and the wolf pressed on the hidden truth. At the foot of the Forbidden Mountains, they met an old hermit named Eldrin, his beard long and his eyes sharp with forgotten wisdom. "You seek the princess," Eldrin said, as if reading Kael's mind. Kael nodded. "The Wraiths took her." Eldrin's face darkened. "Not for ransom, for her light." "Her light?" "The light of Eldoria," Eldrin murmured. "A power within her that can banish darkness forever. The Shadow King means to break her spirit, to extinguish that light and plunge the world into eternal night." Kael's hands trembled. "But I'm just a boy. How can I fight that?" Eldrin placed a gnarled hand on his shoulder. "The mightiest courage often comes in the smallest packages. The final battle." Guided by Eldrin's wisdom, Kael and Fang crept into the Wraith's fortress, a monstrous citadel of black stone and swirling shadows. The air itself seemed to choke them, but Kael pressed forward. Deep in the dungeons, he found her. Princess Aria chained, her glow dimmed, but her eyes still fierce. She looked up, stunned. "You came for me?" Kael swallowed hard. "I couldn't let the darkness win." As he freed her, the very walls trembled. A voice like thunder echoed through the chamber. "Foolish child." The Shadow King emerged, a towering figure of smoke and malice. "You will perish like all who defy me." Kael's legs shook, but he stepped forward. "You took her because you're afraid of the light," the Shadow King roared. But then something miraculous happened. Aria's hands began to glow, brighter, brighter, until... boom! A burst of radiance exploded through the fortress. The Wraiths shrieked as the light consumed them, their shadows dissolving like mist in the sun. The citadel crumbled, and the darkness was no more. The return of hope. Back in Eldoria, the kingdom rejoiced. Bells rang, flowers rained from the sky, and King Aldrich embraced his daughter with tears in his eyes. The Pasasai.